Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, today I am going to show you the solutions of revision assignment 2, which is based on chapter number 2, polynomials, and chapter number 3, a pair of linear equations in two variables. Children, do you remember that I gave you question number 9 to 14 to solve in your mathematics homework notebook? So today I am going to discuss the solutions of those very questions. So let us start. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, revision assignment number 2. Solutions I am going to discuss of question number 9 to 14 of chapter number 2 as well as chapter number 3. So here is question number 9 of revision assignment 2 of chapter number 2 as well as chapter number 3. Tell whether the system is consistent or inconsistent. Children, you will be having two pairs of linear equation given. I have given you two parts to solve it. So let us discuss their solutions. This is the solution of question number 9, first part. These are two pair of linear equations given. Children, when I compared them with the generalized form, I got A1 is equal to 3, A2 is equal to 7, B1 is 1 by 7, B2 is 3, and I must bring this 3 as well as 7 on left hand side. So I have got C1 and C2 as minus 3 and minus 7 respectively. Okay. Here I got that 3 upon 7 is not equal to 1 upon 7 upon 3. This can be written as 1 upon 7 into 1 upon 3, that is 1 upon 21. So as 3 upon 7 is not equal to 1 upon 21, so we can say that A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. So definitely the lines will be intersecting, solutions will be unique. Unique solution will exist, of course. And children, I told you that whenever there are solution existence, then the system will be known as consistent system. Got it? In the same manner, children, you can see second part. This is y and this is x. Check them. After comparing both the equations with the generalized form, A1 is minus 2, A2 is 6, B1 is minus 3, B2 is 4. And I must bring this 1 on left hand side, it would become minus 1. So C1 is equal to minus 1 and C2 is equal to plus 2. Correct? So here you can see the ratio of the coefficient of x, y as well as the constant term. It will be minus 2 upon 4 because the coefficient of x will be compared with the coefficient of x. Sorry beta, maybe by mistake I have spoken that A2 is 6. In fact here A2 is 4 and B2 is 6. Okay, you can write this equation like this: 4x plus 6y plus 2 is equal to 0, because the coefficient of x will be compared with the coefficient of x only. Correct? So it would become minus 2 by 4 is equal to minus 3 by 6 is equal to minus 1 by 2. So here you can see that minus half I am getting in every expression. So when A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is equal to C1 upon C2, lines will be coinciding, infinite solutions, and of course the system will be consistent. Got it? Now here you can see question number 10. In a competitive exam, 1 mark is awarded for each correct answer and half mark is deducted for every wrong answer. Rahul answered 120 questions and got 90 marks. How many questions did he answer correctly? Okay, so please have a look on the solution and check it. So children, here I have assumed that number of correct answers are x, as there were total 120 questions in the question paper which Rahul attempted. So if there are 120 questions and number of correct answers are x, so definitely the number of incorrect answers will be 120 minus x. Correct? Now child has got 90 marks. Let us talk about the marks. Suppose if my 5 answers are correct and 1 mark is awarded for each correct answer. So marks will be 5 into 1. Correct? In the same manner, here correct answers are x. 1 mark is awarded. So it will be x into 1. Now I have to put here minus sign because these many marks will be subtracted as the child has given wrong answers. So 120 minus x are wrong answers and half mark is deducted for each. So it would become 120 minus x into half. These many marks will be deducted. So how many marks were got by Rahul? That is equal to 90. So children, after solving this expression, I have got x. This is half will be multiplied by 120. It would become 60 and minus will also enter inside the bracket. That is minus 60 plus x by 2 is equal to 90. So x plus x by 2 will become 3x by 2. And this minus 60 will go on right hand side. It would become 150. So children, what would be the answer? The answer is 100 questions were correct. Okay. Now children, this is question number 11. Fine. We have done this question earlier also. So let us check its solution once again. So here is solution number 11. Let the two numbers be x and y. The sum of the number is given equal to 8. And then the sum of their reciprocals, that is 1 upon x plus 1 upon y is equal to 8 upon 15. Okay. So from here I have got the value of x and is going to substitute in equation number 2. So children, you please check it carefully. Match each and every step. The same question we did earlier also. If there is any mistake found in your mathematics homework notebook related to this solution, then please rectify your error. While splitting the middle term, I have got y is equal to 3 and y is equal to 5. Okay. So if there are two values of y, so definitely there will be two values of x as well. Correct? Now children, this is question number 12. It is said that you have to draw the graph for this pair of linear equation. You have to write the vertices of the triangle which is formed by these lines as well as by y-axis. And ultimately you will have to find the area of the triangle. Okay. So children, please check the solution which is done by you. From first line, I have got the coordinates. From first line I have got the value of y. First of all, that was 4 minus 2x. When I substituted here 0 at place of x, I got y is equal to 4. So the coordinate will be 0, 4. When I substituted here x is equal to 2, so I got y is equal to 0. So the coordinates are 2, 0. Fine. Children, always remember whenever abscissa is 0, the point will be plotted on y-axis. And whenever ordinate is 0, then the point will be plotted on x-axis. Okay. Abscissa and ordinate you know. Abscissa is x coordinate and ordinate is y coordinate. In the same manner, 0, 4, minus 4 and 2, 0. I have got the coordinates from equation number 2. Please children, check the graph carefully. Have you also drawn in the same manner? Children, when I plotted 0, 4, as from here I came to know that 0 means abscissa. Abscissa is 0. It means the point must be shown on y-axis. Here you can see 0, 4. 2, 0 is here. As ordinate is 0, so the point must be on x-axis. And 0, minus 4 is here. Correct? So these are both the linear equations which are shown on Cartesian plane. It is said in the question that whenever there is a triangle formed using both of these lines as well as y-axis, we have to tell the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. So the coordinates are A 0, 4, B 2, 0 and C 0, minus 4. Correct? Now children, here you can see that using y-axis and both the lines as they are going to intersect at the common point, that is 2, 0. This is a triangle formed. Correct? We will have to calculate the area of the triangle also. So children, this is base, AC is base. You just calculate that how much is the distance between A and C point. That is 8 unit. You can see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and of course 8. Correct? When I am talking about the altitude, so I got here 1, 2. So altitude will be 2 units and base will be 8 units. And the formula of area of triangle is half into base into height. So children, you may have also calculated the same answer, that is 8 square unit. Correct? Now let us switch to question number 13. You have to solve both the pair of linear equations. From B part, children, you can easily judge that this is reducible form. Reducing a pair of linear equation to another pair of linear equation. Fine. So just have a look on their solutions now. This is solution number 13A part. I hope children, while applying elimination method, you may have not multiplied the first equation by 67 and second equation by 43 because it would become very complicated for you. I told you when numerical coefficient of x in equation 1 becomes the numerical coefficient of y in equation 2. Similarly, if numerical coefficient of y in equation 1 becomes the numerical coefficient of x in equation 2, then what procedure we follow? First of all, we add the equations. After adding, I got 110x plus 110y is equal to 0 because they both will be cancelled. And after taking 110 as common, I have got x plus y is equal to 0. Now children, I am going to subtract equation 2 from equation 1. So I got minus 24x plus 24y is equal to minus 48. After taking minus 24 as common, I have got x minus y is equal to 2. Fine. Then of course elimination is applied because minus y and plus y are going to be cancelled. So the value of x is 1. Put this value in either of the two equations and the value of y is minus 1. Correct? Now children, in second part, just check. You may have assumed 1 upon x as u and 1 upon y as v. So here are the required equations. After cross multiplying, that is u minus 2v is equal to minus 2. And here 2u minus plus v is equal to 16. Correct? Now I am going to multiply this equation by 2 so that here I can get 2v and they both can be cancelled. Correct? So children, after multiplying that equation by 2, I have got 4u plus 2v is equal to 32 and u minus 2v is equal to minus 2. That will be written as it is. Both the terms are going to be eliminated. 5u is equal to 30, u is equal to 6. Correct? Now put this value in equation number 3. So from here I have got v is equal to 4. But you know that in reducible form, we have to give the answer in the same variable which is present in the question. So 1 upon x was considered as u, which is equal to 6. Just find out. Okay? So taking reciprocal, x is equal to 1 by 6 is the right answer. And here also y is equal to 1 by 4 is the right answer. Got it? Now children, this is the last question of today's solution assignment. That is question number 14. So let us discuss its solution also, so that you people can check them carefully. Okay? And if there is any mistake done by you, please do the corrections. Got it? So the question it is given that there is a fixed charge for first 2 days that I have assumed, that is rupees x, and additional charge will be there per day, that is I have assumed rupees y. Correct? There is a girl Latika who paid rupees 22 for a book which she kept for 6 days. So x is the fixed charge which will be paid for 2 days. So for rest 4 days she is going to pay 4y. That must be equal to 22. In the same manner, Anu paid rupees 16 when she was going to keep the book for 4 days. Again, this x is the fixed charge for 2 days. So she has to pay the additional charge for next 2 days. Correct? So these are two equations ready in front of you. I am going to subtract equation number 2 from 1. Okay? While elimination method, I have got y is equal to 3. So substitute this value in equation number 1 and you will be getting x is equal to 10. So the fixed charge is x is equal to 10 rupees and additional charge per day is rupees 3. Correct? Children, now I have discussed each and every solution of this revision assignment 2. But still, if any doubt is left, then you can discuss that doubt in doubt session of live classes. Or you can even WhatsApp me also, or you can even give me the call also, if you still have any confusion related to any question. Got it? So that's it for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.